I'm Ali. If you saw my previous video, you would know that I graduated from college. I reviewed for my board exam from July to December, and then I took the board exam last December 1 and 2, and I passed. I'm officially unemployed for now. I asked for questions parang 2 to 3 months ago. Karon pa jud ko naka-time nga maghimo sa video. So this is it. This is my post-college Q&A. I'll be covering these topics. You can skim through the topics if you want to. I'll just put a parang timestamp down below. Is your course everything you'd hope it would be when you first chose it? Sige. So, if you're new here, I graduated Bachelor of Science in Occupational Therapy. Studying OT was more than I thought it would be. I thought what I was gonna do was just, talking to people and playing and doing exercises with my clients, but it was more than that. I became a better person because of it, and it made me appreciate everyday activities that sometimes many people take for granted. Learning how to help people get to do the things that they want to do, need to do, have to do, made me a better person in general. I really saw how there is really much more to the world than we thought it would be. How to stay alive and motivated. OMG, I just got out of like a rut. But what I did, and I've been doing ever since I can remember, when I'm feeling not so motivated, I remind myself of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, and do activities that I know 100% will make me feel better. So I have like a list of activities that I know 100% when I do these activities, I will feel better, or I feel more motivated. I will just have the energy to do the things that I have to do, aka schoolwork. What makes me feel better? I listen to music. So I have a playlist of songs that like really parang energizes me, and also by praying. Yeah, that made me parang realize that life is life. I was put here for a purpose. I'm not just doing this for me. There's a bigger world out there that I can help, and how can I help them? By doing the things that I have to do now. Pag nag-times ka, di ko ganahan mo lihok mo, pray ko nga, Lord, please push me. Lord, please help me do the first step. When I start doing the first step, I do the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and then finally, I would not notice nga, humanaday ko. Sometimes, the motivation comes after the work. Usay po, ma-motivate ko pag pa-music ko o ka ng lo-fi ng music. Or when I like play a study with me in the background, and makakita ko na yung other person nga, ga-study po. So, mag-study po ko. Muna siya. How does it feel to be the most outstanding intern? Sa graduating nga batch, naiisa ka person nga awardan og most outstanding intern. And for our batch, I was the one who was awarded as the most outstanding intern. Di na siya announce before the graduation. It will be announced like during the ceremony itself. And then, thrilling kayo siya. And then ako, backstory lang, some of my classmates told me na, uy, basit ikaw mo MOI, And ako, wala po yung reaction, kay Mark, di ko ganahan mag-expect, di ko naman disappoint. Mag-expect it po ka kung like tao mo yung ni mo nga, basit may MOI ka, whatever happens good, kay kung di ko para ako, di po para ako. Pero on the day, kay, I was the one who was awarded as the MOI for our batch, and I feel very, very, very honored. Because I know I worked so hard as an intern. It's nice, and I feel very proud of myself to be awarded. As a person nga, I did not have the best self-esteem. Kay I would feel like a fraud. I would feel like, why am I here? Nga, ko nibalaan. Nga na nga thoughts sa hyper. Karon na-overcome na ako. But, I feel very honored kasi yung mga clinical instructors namin yung nag-choose for that, and to be chosen by those amazing people is an honor. So, until now, I feel very honored good. Akong gichika sa una ng mga videos nga back in high school, elementary, sometimes I worked for the award itself, but for now, I really did not aim to like have that award itself. Parang byproduct na akong mga award. Like, it was not my main goal. My main goal really from the beginning of intern year was just to show up and do my best day in and day out. And it's nice na na-acknowledge na siya na effort na ko. Karon din na naka-compare ko sa ibang tao. So, I don't really have like a ruler to measure my progress. Kung outstanding ba yun ko. Pero, somehow, in the objective nga perspective sa akong mga teachers and instructors nga ako, una, I feel very honored dyan. Wala siya. Wala akong word. Honored. Hi ate, I'm currently in grade 12 and planning to take occupational therapy or physical therapy. Still don't know what to choose. What's the difference between the two and why did you choose occupational therapy and not physical therapy? It's good that you're considering the rehabilitative professions. Both professions are good and very rewarding sad. PT jud ang OT. For physical therapy, according to the American Physical Therapy Association, physical therapists are movement experts who improve quality of life through prescribed exercise, hands-on care, and patient education. For occupational therapy, according to AOTA or American Occupational Therapy Association, occupational therapists help people participate in their desired occupations with the therapeutic use of everyday activities based on the client's personal interests and needs. Nga naman akong gi-choose sa OT. Ga-OT ko, kay ganahan ko nga naay sa kanang mental health nga setting, naasay physical dysfunction nga setting, naasay pediatric nga setting. Next question, how to overcome impostor syndrome. According to verywellmind.com, impostor syndrome is the internal psychological experience of feeling like a phony in some area of your life despite any success that you have achieved in that area. Baka feel ko nga na sa una. And until now, naghihapon man, gagmay-gagmay na lang. Pero how I overcame imposter syndrome was 3 things. First of all, look at your track record objectively. Unsa ang mga things nga makapaprove nga nung kaya gihapon ako. So, whenever I was like gonna take an exam, I listed down that I passed all my subjects in college. I was able to be given a bachelor's degree in occupational therapy by one of the best schools in the country for OT. I passed all the requirements to be able to take this exam. Parang, I'm not a fraud after all. Kaduha, I also looked at others who had the same goal as me. There are also other people nga ganahan mag-OT and they passed the board exam. So it was possible. It's not impossible. It's possible, but it's difficult. The third one is I also took note of the feedback nga gihatag sa akong mga teachers or mga clinical instructors or even patients. The combination of those 3, mura po siya og helped me believe that I could achieve whatever challenge that was in front of me. I learned this in school sa it's called self-efficiency. It's your belief about how well you can do a certain thing or if you can achieve a certain challenge. So, mo to siya ang sources sa self-efficiency. Kay kato siya ang tulo. Number 1, look at your track record. Number 2, look at other people who have wanted that goal and achieved it. Nakaya ganin nila. Makaya po siguro na ako. Number 3, take note of the feedback of people nga who matter to you or who matter professionally. At the end of the day, what I realized is the highest level of satisfaction comes from within you, man said. How did you adjust from the post-hustle bustle life? Oh my gosh. I'm currently going through that now. Hustling since I was born, charing. After college, now after review, where I was like studying straight for almost 5 months. How am I adjusting? Well, I'm currently going through like stages of grief. Dabda. Pero, dito siya in order. Rumble siya sa dabda. Ay, nana ko karon sa, I think, nana ko sa mga acceptance phase. Pero amot ko, bubali na po ni. Parang, I embraced all the emotions. Nga, okay, this is what I'm feeling. This feeling will just pass me by. But now that it's here, I'll just acknowledge it and embrace it. Kaya sometimes you feel very empty. So, anong gagawin ko? Tapos na akong mag-review. Tapos na akong mag-aral. Anong gagawin ko sa buhay ko? It will be for me, it was such a chaos. I gave myself the opportunity to not have a to-do list, do whatever I think I wanna do, so I'll just do it. Ang pinaka naki-help na ako nga mo adjust is finding a support system. And knowing that I'm not alone, I really talk to my friends, good nga, am I the only one who feels this way? Or are you also dealing with this right now? Do you also feel like you don't have a clue about what you want to do in your life? And then I find out nga, I'm not alone. And they're also feeling this way. And it's somewhat comforting in a way. And then we share what we are doing. Nga, kung sa nini mo, ana, kanang nag-pray po ako, Lord. Guide ko ano nga process, Lord. Kaya wala ko kasabot sa akong himon sa akong life. And then eventually, naka-find ko loose thread, akong gipol, and then akong gipol, mo nang, found my way. Most memorable memory as a PT student. Dili ko PT, OT ko nga student. Top 5 picks of memories nga, di na ako malimtan. Kay, number one. 5 ka memories, no? Number 1 is having all my friends live in the same dorm as me. From first year, it was so fun. Mag-eat me together. And then, malaag me together. Mag-go to church. Mag-study. Practice for practicals. Chika-chika, Mga group na mag-chika-chika. Or like, the best ginana ko na memory. SMD girls, hello! Another memorable memory na di ako malimtan. I cried 1 whole week straight every day gahilak ko because it was my first time dealing with failing scores. College is hard, Katungo time, siguro ka-fail nga mga score. So, first time to na ako as a typical achiever. Nanad ko siguro kapasar. First time to na ako nga nagabagsak nga mga scores. I really cried. And then, di kita ako balimtan. Kaya mga time ako, uy, mo shift out ako, uy. But then, I realized, kapag mo so na-realize, guys, I'm not dumb. It's just, the subject is just difficult. And I'm still, finding my ropes, learning how to stand on my own feet, learning how to study the material. And then, eventually, failure will really teach you a lot of things. So, naka-adjust, naka-adapt rasad. And thankfully, I'm here now. Pero di gito na ako malimtan. Number 3, kay other times, sa isa ka day, ang life sa isa ka OT student, daghan na siyang mahimo. From lectures, matigal lang ka, mag-drawing mo, mental health ng mga activities in the morning, unya paghahapon, physical ng mga activities, tungod dito sa variety, daghan kay mahimoon. Lingaw kayo. Ako as a student, expose me sa different ka mga experiences bitaw in the different settings sa OT. Number 4, kay intramurals. Ang intramurals, after man na sa exams, mag-cheer, ang mga dula, exciting kayo, daghang, ma-expose ka sa ubang tao nga naa sa imuhang world. Kaya usay, ay mo makita ra ba kay ako makita ra kay ako mga blockmates. And then, pag-abot sa intramurals, I have kung magkita-kita tanan nga nasa school, and then makaingon ka, oh my gosh, daghan mading tao diri. And 5th memorable memory for me are my client interactions. Sige na ko pod malimtan na pinaka-memorable gid pod na ako kay seeing progress or being able to help, knowing how you can help and the impact that you can do in the lives of your clients and their families. Kay memorable gid siya. Okay, next. Okay, muna ni Revalida tips daw, ati girl. These are my top tips for Revalida. Number 1 is list down all the topics sa imuhang Revalida. Naging mo ko og master list na topics na ko sa Revalida. Butahan sa nako unsa nga parts ang kailangan, unsa ang parts sa Revalida. So, ang parts sa Revalida kana man ang sige na una, medlit, no? So, unsay part sa medlit, unsay part sa imuhang case, unsay part sa treatment. Marag naka-outline siya. Kada condition. What I do, I simulate the actual Revalida. So, diba, sa Revalida, kay mag-use man og bond paper only and your ball pen. So, akong study materials, ako pong isulat sa bond paper o sa ball pen. Naka-outline na siya sa akong bond paper. So, sa akong bond paper ng study materials, na ito, definition, etiology, course and prognosis. Dayon, ang mga information na dito, kana ng mga giana na, na siya. Simplified na siya and compacted para dali na nako mahinumduman. Same with the cases, cases kay mag-search po ko og sa mga books unsay mga usual nga cases ani nga condition para sad ang imuhang condition or like maghimo ka og interventions ana nga condition imo sa ma-apply sa imuhang possible patients nga imuhang makita in the actual practice. We study it, I say it out loud. For example, CVA na nakuha ni na ako study material. CVA, ako ina akong tabutan. The definition of CVA is that it is a blah 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 blah, its etiology is blah 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 blah, course of prognosis blah 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 blah. So this is the case of blah 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 blah. Hindi ako maninto na ako mo tara pagkubalik din. Blah blah blah. So I practice saying it out loud. Parang it took me 2 to 3 Revalidas to understand how I should study for my Revalida, but I'm sharing it to you para maybe makahelp sa imuha ani nga strategy. And know that this is not the only strategy to study for the Revalida. This is what worked for me. Maybe it will not work for you, but you can try it if you want to. How to be a cum laude po? What study habit is the most efficient for you or what works best for you? Not a question, but grabe I don't jud kay tika. Oy, grabe sad. What is the secret behind flying colors at the end? What was your study routine? In college, I only parang strive to be a cum laude during first year, first sem. And then after that, sabi ko parang imposible na yata maging cum laude. I put it in the back of my mind and just focus on, you know, what I said kanina, doing my best every day. Just focus on learning what I can, learning the best that I can, not just have the award as the main goal, because your main goal is to be an occupational therapist and the award is just a bonus. And when I knew that I would be receiving that award, sabi ko, grabe, bonus na talaga to. Because I was already thankful of my education. I think how I became a cum laude is that I treated every subject equally. Walay minor subject, walay major subject. Tanang subject ako gi-effortan. Essentially, you're paying to learn in college. So, better off nga. Manikaw mo tanang ka sa tanan. I-learning mo tanang nga ma-learn. Kay counterproductive man sad bag i-take na ko for granted ako ang mga gi-learn. Kay, you know, you're paying for it. I wouldn't say that I am the smartest person in the room. Bahala pag cum laude or like MOI. But one thing that I'm sure of, that I'm really sure nga ako na siya. Kay I'm a prepared person. I cram, I procrastinate, but I try to prepare for everything. Usay kanang night times nga di ka prepare and then one ako, yeah, I'm just gonna wing this, but most of the time naka-prepare ko. Having a to-do list or having a planner or having just a list of all your deadlines, pinaka-important having that for me, ha? Because it allowed me to know what tasks to do at this certain time or unsa akong pag-delegate na ko or unsa ko nga time magtuon or when do I make my notes, ingana, or when do I relax, ana. Second thing is I anticipate. Okay, whenever there's a new rotation, I anticipate what would possibly happen. So I ask questions from previous interns or I search unsa may kay possible cases ani nga mga settings and unsa nga possible conditions and unsa ang pwede ma-management ana. So mag-prepare ko, I study the medlit, I study the interventions para ready ko. Or whenever I have reports, I anticipate unsa ka nga questions ang i-ask sa teacher. So kung na-report, magbasa ko sa akong report, kung ako yung teacher, unsa may pangutana? Unya, i-prepare na ako daan. Nga, sige, kani nga pangutana, unsa kaya ako i-answer? So, ako na na-run down sa akong mind. Na yun, pag i-ask, OMG, na-ask sa teacher, so na ka-answer. O sa'yo, wapo ko kabalo sa answer. Muna po ko nga, I don't know the answer. Kay, you know, I'm still learning. How I study daw. Studying works different for everybody. Every subject, lahi nga subject, lahi-lahi po nga studying ang kailangan. There are subjects that need more on the parang explanation side or need more of memorization or need more of the analysis. So, being able to adapt sad and not be too rigid nga. Kani rigid akong study strategy. Dili rajud ko. But also, knowing when to expand or when to learn different strategies, being open sad to different strategies is helpful. Yun. Ako, I study, I make my own notes. Di ko mahimutang paglaing tao maghimo sa akong notes man ang bahalag madugayan ko. ako mahimo sa akong notes because it's one way sad of reviewing and organizing the information in my brain. Kay parang napo ko'y locus of control ba nga I am receiving this information in my brain, I am organizing it in my own way, that's why I'll understand it in my own way. I also like studying alone, also explaining things out loud, and also questioning myself. What is the definition of this? Then, what is the blah 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 of this? Explain out loud. It's called active recall, manggod. Reviewing the notes first, having another paper puno og mga questions, tapos answering those questions nga di ka mo tan-aw sa notes. Unya ang mga questions kay galisod ka, mo to imong reviewhon balik. Gets? Naagid pug koy process. And then ako anay checklist. For example, anatomy of the head and neck. Make notes, check. Na-read na nako og na-highlight, check. Nakahimo na ko og mga recall questions, check. Ako nang na-review, ikauna, check. Ikaduha nga review, check. Ikatulo nga review, check. So, mo na siya ako ang process when studying. One thing that no one really told me, but I discovered myself, was answering practice questions. Daghang mga practice questions sa Quizlet or sa mga books. Bitaw na ko ng mga end sa chapter na yung mga questions. Answer and theory na siya, mga ma'am sir. It's really helpful because test taking is a skill, and when you know how to handle a certain question or how to parang work through multiple questions in a short period of time, mas helpful jud sa imo kay more time to review ingana. Most na sa mga questions in the higher years, mga kuan na good case based, so important to practice understanding and analyzing questions and how to apply the concepts learned in the classroom into a case or a question. Kay ang mga choices ana mga ma'am sir, pare-parehara. So saan niyo mo pagpili? How to get over homesickness, how long for ko naka-adjust. I'm used to being away from my family. Kato elementary ko, mga pila po nga years nga living with my grandparents. Sa high school na ako, I was living with my parents na. And then, pagka-college, magdaanan naman po ko, sige mo may uglakaw-lakaw. And then in high school, I was also able to experience parang going to contest, being away from my family. Mo nang naano na po ko. Pero lisod din siya at first, knowing that katong first year na ako, I was also dealing with loss. It was so difficult. I would cry in the bathroom. If you're my friend, and then you may wonder, mahila ka ni siya, Lisa. Pero yes, I cry privately in the bathroom. First time jud akong adjustment period. Daghan kito nga times I go cry ko sa bathroom. You know, with the shower and everything. How did I adjust? You know, college is really an experience that demands you to adjust. But I have come to know is that the pattern was always lisod money dayon after one day or pila ka days. Di na kayo siya lisod. Pero lisod gihapon. After pila ka days, pero okay na lagi ni. Marag kaya na lagi na ako. And then eventually, maantad na ka. So, the period of adjustment is a cycle. And once you know that it's a cycle, you would parang be hopeful nga, okay, this will pass. And I would eventually be able to adapt to this new culture, new environment, new parang stage of my life. When it comes to homesickness, I made the most out of the resources that I have. So, na may video call, na tawag, adjusting to a big city, make the most also of Google, unsa nga mga ruta sa jeep, and also talking to your friends nga taga dahan nga place kay dako ko siyang tabang. It's a new chapter and it's there in front of you. So embrace it. Kanang embrace the newness of it all, embrace all the possibilities nga pwede mahitabo. College only happens once. College is a time of your life when you are discovering yourself, also discovering new friends and what you could be. Having people that you can rely on during that adjustment period is helpful. Okay. Uy, why are you asking me this question? Do you recommend LDR during college po? It's difficult, but relationships kay lahi-lahi dyan na siya. Kada relationship, of course. For my case, it did not work out, but if you can find a way to make it work, then go ahead. My gosh, I'm rooting for you. But if it's not aligned pod with your lives or what your plan is for the future, how to deal with academic burnout. I used to really love learning, but now every lesson is becoming uninteresting. I dealt with academic burnout in college parang once or twice. How did I deal with it? Everything tumbles down during burnout. Kay, ikapoy na ka. Physically, you're tired. Emotionally, you're tired. Mentally, you're tired. And how I dealt with that was targeting those areas nga pinako-tired ko. And then, how can I rest in that area? How can I take a break or take care of myself more? So, emotionally, mentally, physically, take care of yourself first. When you target those areas, it just followed nga. Murag, okay, I'm ready to handle school tasks now. Kana. How is it like dealing with patients now compared to before? Looking back, experience is really, it's true. Experience is the greatest teacher. During internship, it was so cool to translate the knowledge in the classroom into actual setting. Nagi times nga, maana nagi kong, oh, mo din na. Ay, ngayon din na. Amazing. As a parang novice gyud, kanang beginning jud. Kay, usay, lagi akong brain. Kani ang concept, kani ang problem. Connected din sila together. Ana na yung pag-solve sa problem. So, as I collected more experiences on how to manage different conditions and how to evaluate, how to give these interventions, how to even use myself therapeutically, kaya lang different uses, therapeutic use of myself, plus the feedback. So, mas karon, mas na-appreciate na ako akong role and the job that I get to do, especially during the later stages na of internship. Na yung mga times nga na yung mga tasks nga parang automatic na sa imo ha, like amazing, this was very difficult on the first day, but karon nakahinan ako, like was dali na ako mahimo, or di na kayo nagdugay ani himuon, or mas automatic na siya. Amazing kay na mahitabo na I can say that I will continue to grow and learn in the future. I'm excited to be a practitioner. That leads us to the next question. What are my plans after graduating, after passing the boards? It's work and being a practitioner. I've thought about this for a long time, but for me, I want to really practice and learn more sa work as an OT. Na po yung nag-ask, any plans in teaching? Yes, I am interested in teaching. I don't know, I just wanna say it out sa universe. I'm interested in teaching. Ganan sa pod ko makagain og experience. Pero nasad ko'y ichika pag mag-teach ko. You know, nako experience nga. Practice dayon ako asang i-teach sa classroom. So na, interested po ko mag-teach one day. And then, will I be taking masters in OT? Question mark po na ako ng masters. I'm still thinking about it, bitaw. Do you have plans in working abroad? If yes, where? That's a big question mark for me. For now, I'll be staying in the Philippines. Napoy question, do I plan on proceeding to med school? That's also a big question mark. Whenever I think about possible parang job options, I really consider, do I want to do the everyday things that this profession does? That's why I chose to be an OT, because I like the everyday things that an OT does. Right now, I'm still thinking about, do I want to do the everyday things that a doctor does? So, I think I'll be able to know my answer when I'll be able to observe doctors or shadow them in their practice. But for now, not yet. I do not have any plans on proceeding to med school pa. But, you know, wata kabalo, makaunaw na day ko. Pero for now, it's really work as an OT pa for me. And lastly, what's the last question? Is it scary to graduate and face the real life po? Yes, it's scary. You know, I didn't know how graduating and facing the real world. For all my life, I've had structure inside the classroom. From elementary, I will go to high school, I will go to college, structure, you have something to look forward to, you have classes, you have a schedule, whatnot. And now, having graduated, having passed the board exam, you have all the power to do what you want to do in your life. You want to practice OT? Go. You want to do this? Go. You want to do that? Go. So you have really the power to do whatever you want. So that's a scary thing, because with that power comes the consequences. So yeah. And the responsibility. And you have to, one day soon, I'll have to pay for my own needs. So yeah, it's a scary thing, but I believe it's not impossible. I believe I believe mag-Miss Universe na ako, guys. It's something that I will learn as I go. I'm open to all the challenges that will come my way because I believe I have been prepared for this. And whatever thing dili ko prepared, I know ako rin siyang ma-learn. So yes. Molando siya for this video. Thank you so much for everyone who sent in questions. Thank you for being with me on this journey so far, and I'm excited for what's ahead of us. Bye-bye!